Okay folks, this is Heidi driving this little pony Sky. Now we've got a single, it's a 30-foot driving line. We have it doubled over, so it's 15 feet on each side. Okay, now you've got your stirrups tied down and together, but not so tight that the stirrup doesn't move off of your horse. All right, now the biggest issue with this line driving is not to let her get all turned around and start to face you. Okay, you'll see in a previous video when I was driving her that we try and be very careful about that. Okay, but if something happens, don't panic about it. Okay, it's just a minor mistake and it's always fixable. Okay, now we're going to pick her up to the jog. But folks, now remember, we've got this little filly in a copper snaffle, okay? And now snaffle does divide in the center. So it's not a bit just to be pulled on with both hands at the same time. You should be rocking your hand back and forth. So you're going to pull with your right hand, left hand, and loosen up with the opposite hand. So if you're going to pull her with the right hand, you're loosening up with the left. If you pull with your left, you're loosening up with your right. It's kind of just like a seesaw thought. Okay, so basically she doesn't get the idea she can just hang on to that snaffle. Okay, remember, this is not a straight bit. It's not a Western bit. It has nothing to do with just pulling with both hands as hard as you can and stopping her. You've got to work the bars of a horse's mouth. Now, it doesn't matter that this horse here is 12 hands high or 16 hands high. These principles go from one to the other. Why you work these little guys so much more, now this is only about her 4th day driving. The first 2 days we just used a long set of reins, is that these are kids' horses, okay? So this line driving, it helps her get used to the ropes around her back feet, okay? Used to get people on the ground walking up behind her. A whole bunch of stuff that you can overcome here without any difficulty. It's not like you climbing on your horse like in the movies and everything's fine and you buck them out, because kids just don't do that. You take a horse like this now, and if you get her well started, that someone in the 8 to 14 range can ride, these are little gold mines, okay? And that's what these videos are for. There's not a lot of people seem to understand that you train these horses the same as you would a big horse, okay? Now, I won't ride her, but maybe the first time just to make sure that she's fine with the legs hanging down. But my wife here now, she's only about 5'6", 5'7", and okay, 5'2". I was giving her some length there, and then so she's fairly equivalent to a shorter gal. Okay. But there is a career to be had working these little horses, you know. You can buy some of these fairly cheap. Make sure they're young and that they haven't really been spoiled. These horses are hard to overcome once they've been spoiled. But if you can start building little horses like this, you don't need much land. They don't eat very much. But by golly, you know, you have a steady market for the rest of your life, I'll tell you. If you're a younger lady or an older lady that loves horses, but doesn't have a lot of room, these are just perfect to spend the time with. In probably 120 days, maybe even a little bit more, these little guys will come on just perfect. And then you have something that everybody wants, is a well-broke pony. Okay, folks, if you like this stuff, you leave us your name and your email. Push like and subscribe to our channel, and this is just one more segment on this pony training video. And then when we start to get on her, You'll have a whole bunch more, but this does go from start to finish. And thank you kindly, folks, for your patience and your time. Much appreciated.